case. 1,
One,
2,
two,
3.
three.
I forgot to turn up the fucking gain because I turn it down all the way when we're playing Overwatch, so you don't hear the slapping of my keyboard. Okay. We did just sync, right?
We did, yes.
Cool. Hello, welcome to episode 73 of Screen Age Podcast that's being hosted by two free men now from exams in college for at least me for this year. And I'm your host, Connor.
And I'm Rodrigo. Yeah, finally. Done exams. Didn't have one last week, but we're back. We were, well, mainly me. I was dying with exams, so...
yeah, you had 6. I only had 2, but I made up for it in utter bullshit in one of mine, so...
Yeah. So, but look, we're done now, and we're back.
Yes.
Yeah. What would you like to go into first?
Movies. I feel like we need to get some of the main boring shit out of the way.
Okay. I have... Now, this is old
One
news,
thing.
but because we didn't have last week, I was going to bring it up last week, so I'll bring it up this week.
Good. Get away from fucking Multiverse madness.
The 21st of July of next year, we will see a massive rivalry in the cinemas, as two movies released their release date on the same day, and so they announced it on the same day, and it's the same day coming out. So, big swingers, and you can tell the sarcasm in my voice. So the Barbie movie.
Oh.
With Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, and others, is coming out the same day as the big movie of the year, Oppenheimer. Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh, Emily Blunt, Rami Malek, Matt Damon, and others. So...
Oh.
You know what movie I'll be going to watch in the cinemas anyway?
Yeah, the one that has your favorite director.
Yeah. I mean, that one.
Yeah, I told that your favorite director and favorite composer and favorite actor is all in one nice package. Historical drama. Yeah. No, it's gonna be Barbie movie.
Yeah, not really news other than that we have a release date for both of them. But I just kind of found it funny that they were on the same day, and everyone was like, "It's the big rivalry has begun," and who will make more money at the box office and stuff. It's kind of funny.
I will be interesting though when you think about it, because
they're so different.
As I described it, Oppenheimer is like a historical drama that's going to be probably lengthy enough, while the other one is a completely utter mindless movie that's just... See, I've completely forgotten that the Barbie movie even existed, even though I actually saw a post about it during the week. I still forgot about it today, but I haven't forgotten about Oppenheimer, and I'm excited for that. And I know, like, a lot of less casual moviegoers are probably more interested in Oppenheimer, but more casual might be just be like, let's just go have fun with the Barbie movie or some shit. So I have no idea what... Like, I know for a fact Oppenheimer will... See, I don't know, and I don't want to say these phrases to you because it might end a friendship.
No, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it did make more money.
No, because what I'm thinking is, like, Nolan's had a very good run, had a very long stream of great movies. What if this is not going to be that? And they just be like, oh, let's go watch a Barbie movie instead.
Yeah, it could be that. Like, and I guess the Barbie movie is more, I guess, accessible to more people, and because it'll just be like a comedy film, that most people, including kids and stuff, could watch. But Oppenheimer is, like you said, a historical movie that most people might be like, I don't want to. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's gonna be weird, but it'll be interesting that they're coming out on the exact same day.
Yeah.
Unless one of them gets, delayed or whatever. But as of right now, the 21st of July of next year is the when the swingers come out.
Well, one being a swinger.
Cillian Murphy, right?
Well,
But
no, I mean the movie being a swinger.
No. But no, yeah, I'm really excited for
Why is this the third time I've talked about Cillian Murphy being attractive this week?
Because he's an attractive man.
Oh no, with long hair, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Or
that's
with
what
the
got
beard.
me called a freak at one point. I prefer my long hair. I was like, no, Peaky Blinders here. I'm like, no.
I do
he's
prefer
just-
the Peaky Blinder haircut over the long
it's-
hair.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Inception him. Over the fuckboy haircut.
No,
I would.
It suits him so well, the Peaky Blinder one.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's so famous now, and because the character suits him so well that the hairstyle has to suit him well. He hates that hairstyle as well. You saying you want to give him a hairstyle you like for a hairstyle he doesn't like? How controlling of you.
But yeah, good looking man though.
Oh yeah, back away from this conversation quickly, aren't you? Now that I brought that in.
Yeah,
And,
he's just
uh,
getting better with age. Like not good looking,
Yeah,
but like
oh,
acting wise,
Okay,
he's getting much better.
He's
Right.
never really been bad, in fairness.
No, but he's getting better. Like every time you see him now, it's like, oh, another banger by him. But yeah, right. That was my stupid news of the day. What do you have?
In movies,
Yeah.
nothing, because all I see is movies that I just don't give a shit about talking about. Like the Multiverse of Madness, I haven't watched it. Apparently, it's decent. I just don't want to listen. I just don't want to watch it. Don't want to talk about it in that case. And then we have so many fucking random Star Wars things that aren't even actual stories related to it. It's just like, this is what they could do, and I know for a fact they won't. What else? Fantastic Beasts 4 is even less likely to happen. No shit.
Shocker there.
No shocker there. I have no idea. No, I don't have anything. It's just Multiverse of Madness and Marvel shit. Which, it's just Multiverse of Madness over and over again for the next, 2 hours on this page.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I did watch it. I thought it was good. I don't think it lived up to the hype that it was building. I do think it was good though. I didn't like that. I didn't like they killed one person off. I didn't like that.
I think I know who you're talking about. We can't obviously say it.
Can we just give a spoiler warning and just say it and then fuck it?
Okay, spoiler warning. Maintaining a spoiler warning. We're really giving you time to get the fuck away from here. Not really sure when we're going to be back, but okay, spoiler warning. Go.
Yeah, so we finally got one of the castings that I've always wanted. I've always
What's
wanted
not
this
this?
casting. And we finally got John Krasinski as Reed Richards. Very happy about that.
No.
And he was in it for 10 minutes before he got turned into spaghetti noodles by Wanda. He got destroyed by Wanda.
Oh, that makes so much more sense as to why people are annoyed.
Not happy about that. Not happy about it because he is one of the I think the best castings for that role. And they gave it to us, and I saw him come out, and I was like, he's gonna die, and I'm pissed. And he effectively died without even putting up a fight. He just got shredded. Literally shredded. And that was the end of John Krasinski as Reed Richards. Now, that was a different universe, so hopefully in this universe he's still, he's still the same guy or whatever, and he'll have a movie, but as of right now, I feel like they just put him in to be like, here you go, you've asked for this, now shut up, kind of a way. Which I'm pretty pissed.
That's so annoying.
Incredibly annoying.
Like, okay, I saw a
Incredibly.
post, and I thought the death that people were annoyed about was something to do with one of Wanda's kids. Because I saw something. I didn't actually read it because I wasn't really bothered. But I thought I saw something and it was like uh, something about one of Wanda's kids just like disappearing or some shit. And I thought that was the one that they were annoyed about. And I was kind of willing to fight for it depending on how it happened. But this is bullshit.
And nothing happens to their kids, so I don't know what you read. So I don't know.
I mean, bear in mind, I half read it and was like, it's this thing.
Yeah, so I wasn't overly happy. Like,
Oh, I actually do have something else.
and they made him like not only like okay, so like they introduce him as like the most intelligent person in the universe, and then he does something ridiculously stupid, and then dies, which makes it all the worse.
So a very smart man makes a very dumb decision.
Yeah,
And
so
then-
basically, there's a guy, I can't remember his name, but what he does is if he talks, his voice is like amplified like ridiculously, and he like just would shred you to bits. It would absolutely shred you. Even a whisper would kill you, which is awesome. But so like they go to Wanda, and he's like, Wanda, you should turn around, or you don't want him to like whisper something to you. And then she's like, with what mouth? And then he has no mouth. And then he screams in his head, and his head turns to mush, which was really cool, but really dark. And then he dies.
Cool.
So I was just like, so not only did you kill him, but you made him dumb. So I was annoyed. And I didn't mind that they killed others in it, because, I mean, from like other characters that were in it. I was pissed that he died.
Yeah.
I was pissed that he died. But it was a good film. It was good because it was really, really dark. It actually was genuinely kind of scary at certain points, and really dark. Like dark toned. So I thought it was good in that sense.
He had to specify dark tone. And the movie is just dark.
Well, that's what they say with DC. DC's like, oh, it's dark. It's like, it's not necessarily dark toned. It's just always very dark.
Fair point. Actually, yeah, as I said, I was like, the Batman was criticized for that. Justice League, the first one, was very criticized for that. Oh yeah, okay, fair.
Yeah, so it was dark toned, which is what we've wanted from Marvel for a good while. So it was nice to see it, because they really pushed that 12 rating. Like, they really, really pushed it to the limit, which I was happy with. But obviously, it always ends with some incredible plot armor. Like, incredible. There's this girl that can, like, her power is to, like, travel through the multiverse, but she doesn't know how to control
convenient.
it. But she doesn't know how to control her power. She just, like, whenever she gets super emotional, she opens a portal and then goes into another multiverse, another universe, and blah blah blah. And at the end, Steven is like, I just use this, like, but I don't know how to. And she's just like, but you do. And she's like, you're right. And she uses it perfectly to defeat Wanda. So you're like, it's kind of stupid. Like, the whole film is about her not knowing
all along.
not knowing how to use it. And she's just like, he's just like, just do it, like. And she's like, you're right. And then just does it. So
that is worse than friendship overcomes everything. Sorry, Naruto, but that, I mean, it's worse.
Yeah, no, it was bad, because like she's like punching her and opening like other universes that would help her in the fight, and you're just like, this is dumb. How could she go from not knowing how to use it to perfectly using it? But
God,
yeah, no,
a big franchise by Disney having a female character that could suddenly use a load of powers, even knowing that she just figured out how to use it. That doesn't sound like another large series that they had that ruined.
Yep. And the CGI.
Star Wars, for anyone who's confused, by the way.
And in what's it called? The CGI in it was meh at certain points. It looked really
That's
bad.
what I kind of saw from the trailer, actually. I was like, this CGI doesn't look great.
Which is kind of, I don't know, weird, because Marvel has always had really, really good CGI.
Disney have just had just has some of the best. Like we can say what we want about Disney, but they do have some of the utter best animation, CGI capabilities of nearly every fucking studio that's out there. So the fact that they can turn around and just be like, yeah, here's mess CGI, just is always annoying to me.
Yeah, it looked really out of place at certain points. It just looked really, really weird. So I don't know what, and it's been like that even with No Way Home. It looked a little like that, and other Marvel shows, even Moon Knight, had a couple of times where the CGI was kind of a bit off. So I don't know what has happened.
A
with
TV
the
show I can be a bit more forgiving. There's a TV show.
Maybe.
And I'm a bit tainted from like CW shows, but it's still Disney.
Yeah, see, but you'd expect better, so I don't know what. But my favourite scene in it, though, is, and you would love this scene, even if you just watch the scene, it's so cool. But it's one where like two Doctor Stranges are fighting, but they fight with like the music notes, and it like the music notes is the orchestra that they use for that scene. It's really cool. It's really really cool. It is, yeah. It was kind of cool, but yeah. Other than that, it was grand. A good film. Yeah, that's all I have to say about the Multiverse of Madness. Really
cool. For one movie that is relatively acclaimed to one movie that I have deemed, I'm not gonna lie, possibly the worst ever movie that I've ever had to lay eyes upon, and if even I have to think about it for longer than this podcast, I'll pop a blood vessel thinking about it, is now getting a sequel with all the same cast and the same director, and how anyone in their right fucking minds has decided to leave this happen, to go through with their this is fine and actually get money towards it, has made me genuinely angry.
What film is that?
A fucking Simple Favour. It is the worst movie.
Is it that bad?
It is genuinely it's so badly written. It's just like, I don't know what's going on in it the entire time. I don't know, and it's not in a good way, because at one point you're like, oh yeah, but then it is like a plot hole, and you're like, but this, and then it's just stupid decisions. I'm like, but this, and then it's just bad writing and one of the worst dialogues that I have ever in my right mind had to sit through and listen to, and one of the worst endings, legitimately one of the worst ever fucking endings I had to sit through in a movie. And like, I got so broken by it. The people I watched it with buckled with laughter and tears coming out their eyes because of how bad it was. But I was so drained by that point, I kind of just went into shock.
I mean, the ratings aren't that bad for it, though.
Which is terrifying to me. Yeah. And that is actually the thing. But if you look closely at it, I'm pretty sure it's either this movie's not too bad or this movie is horrible. There is no in between, as you would expect from an Anna Kendrick movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking at you, Noel, the worst Christmas movie I've had to watch. Did it even make the whole... Like, okay, my idea with watching that Christmas movie, I already knew if I watched one of her movies, I was not going to enjoy it from an actual movie perspective. So I was like, because, people don't like to make decisions on what movies to watch, and I'm like, just choose one. I literally like to watch nearly anything, except for fucking Anna Kendrick movies now. But I was like, we'll just watch a really bad movie and make fun of it. This movie was so bad, we couldn't even make it funny. Like, we couldn't make fun of it because there was just no joke set up, because the whole movie was just a fucking joke. And now that I see that this movie is getting a fucking sequel, has legitimately sparked a fire under me. Which is also really annoying, because it legitimately has one of the best blood squibs in one of the best bullet wound makeup and scenes ever. It looks great.
Yeah.
But fuck me, is it awful.
does this review make sense? Is a deeply confused movie that feels like a mashup of Mean Girls and an episode of Law and Order.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I made we have on Instagram. We do have a review on it, in which I utterly slated. Let me see if I can find it, just so I can read out my thoughts back then.
I mean, it made good money. Like, that's the issue.
Oh yeah,
like, the
because
budget
it's
was
just like
20
a
million
Western
and it made
movie.
100 million.
God. Yeah, this is my one on it. Movie genre: thriller comedy. Yep, you read those two words together. Let's just be clear the air a bit before I go off on this movie. It does have potential amongst its plot. It has its moments where it lulls you into a sense that things are going to pick up and get very interesting. Moments that rack up the tension, scenes that heighten the suspense. And then they go and hit Blake Lively with a blue Prius in one of the most janky stunt work the world has ever offered. The movie wanted to be a thriller, it worked. And when it wanted to be a comedy, it worked. But since it just kept teetering and tottering between two of the most tiresome, lackluster, and just made every twist make us say, well, every twist bar the Prius, which into a state of utter shock that I live in the same timeline as this movie. The trailer paints this movie as a pure... Oh yeah, that's the other thing. The trailer looks amazing for this movie, because it looks like a genuine thriller. And we'd watch it and be like, oh, it's going to be a thriller, it's going to be great. And it actually looks interesting. And it turned out to be a fucking comedy.
That probably hindered your ability to enjoy the film.
To stand it, you mean?
Yeah, enjoy it.
No, to stand it.
Because if you would have gone in knowing it was a comedy, you would have been expecting something different.
Yeah. I see, like, it's grand. That, like, but I literally just came off from, like, watching Disenchantment, which was funny. Then watching, like, Castlevania, and watching The Suicide Squad, and I watched The Bad Batch after that. But then it just got to that. I'm like, fuck. So awful.
Yeah. But
Utter
the weird
anus.
thing is that it's taken 4 years for a sequel to, like, be greenlit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that can make
Sadly, it
really
hasn't been 40 years. I've completely forgotten about it, and I may be a more decrepit man by then.
But yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one to get a sequel. Especially 4 years later, you know. But sure, what can you do, you know? Never seen you so angry about a film.
I hate this movie. It is my least favorite movie of all time.
Above Dominion.
I haven't watched Dominion.
Oh, but the other one. What's the other one called?
Yeah. Above that. Yeah.
You hate that film.
I don't like it, yeah. But it doesn't spark me with anger. I just found it very disappointing.
Okay. Yeah, different emotion. Yeah, right. Will we move on to TV, or do you have anything for movies?
I do actually. What the fuck was it? I have one more thing in movie. Oh yeah. There is even more ideas and controversy that the Oscars is more rigged, and not even rigged in the sense of like big, like, best movie or best actor. We mean rigged in like what fans vote.
What you mean?
2 of Zack Snyder's movies were like at the top of like fan voted awards, the fan, like the literal fan award that they get. Yeah. 2 of Zack Snyder's movies topped them. Like they found like the data and stuff that 2 of those movies were topped by fan votes and stuff like that for you know, a fan awarded award, but somehow No Way Home still won.
No Way Home didn't win.
It did.
It didn't.
Mm-hmm. What won then?
It's not Snyder movie.
What the hell did what fucking thing did I look at then? I literally read that it was that other things won except that.
No Way Home didn't get an Oscar.
Not even the fan one?
No, it was I believe it was
Snyder Cut.
Snyder Cut won best TV moment, best movie moment with The Flash rewinding time, and then I think it's the dead one, the zombie one, won the fan award.
In the Oscars.
Yeah.
Wow, this person. Now I'm looking at a different one.
Yeah, Army of the Dead won fan favorite Oscar.
Oh God, these people need to actually be coherent. I literally saw one yesterday. I literally was reading it yesterday. How bots are helping No Way Home win.
I'm sure they were trying to let it win, but it didn't.
Yeah, I literally was going through it, being like, no, because the headline I see now is that it's saying that Zack Snyder's win was rigged by bots.
No, in fairness, the Zack Snyder community
is
terrifying. It is one of the most terrifying communities in the internet. It is terrifying. Yeah. But
wait, what do you mean?
No. Like they're scary in the sense that they back whatever he does, and anyone that says otherwise will come at you personally, and every way, shape, or form.
This seems like you have experience with a member of the Zack Snyder community. I will back Zack Snyder on a lot of things that he does, but come at you personally, maybe not.
No, yeah, the Zack Snyder community is terrifying, but but no, yeah. When you were saying that, I was like, we talked about this, and No Way Home didn't win.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I was confused. It was like, oh, it must have won because I just erased all memory of the Oscars by then.
Yeah,
but
probably.
that's when I was reading it. I was like, oh my God, really? They got, because I made sure a few times while reading through it, they were like, it seemed that Zack Snyder's was topping the polls, but No Way Home still managed to snag a win. It literally said shit like that. I was like, that's really annoying. Zack Snyder should have won in that case. But now I'm seeing a completely different thing.
Yeah, that's strange. Someone was
misinformation.
Clickbait you. Yeah, shocker, the internet is misinformed.
What?
Yeah.
Us?
No. But yeah. Is that TV?
TV.
Alright.
I want to get... No. Shut up for that. Right. I need to get something out of the way.
Oh boy, here we go.
I know that studio developers for TV shows have a hard enough time making something that people like. It's very difficult. That for like a lot of things to like. Especially when you're dealing with, set lore and set characters that have their own universe that they want to kind of make their own spin on. That is a very difficult thing. But can I at least ask them to fucking try with Halo? They just need to try a little bit. That's it. What they don't need to do is change Matthew's voice. That was the first fucking strike. I was like, come on. You got Cortana, you might as well get him as well. The next strike was having him take off his fucking helmet. That was the next one. I was like, right. And then he did it so many times, like, that's fucking strike 2. Strike fucking 3 is him having sex. Where it's literally in the idea of the armor, of the literal Spartan Mark fucking, I think he's a 2, in his Spartan types. Yeah. He is literally emotionless. That is the main fucking reason that they got the... he is a Mark II Spartan, isn't he? Master Chief Spartan type. The main shitting reason, right, that they got in AIs is because... Yep, Spartan 2. They are so emotionless that they started getting depressed and not wanting to fight because they were just like... They were just like... We have no feeling. We don't understand why we have to fight. What's the point? And they were like, here's an AI. And they managed to, like, bomb that. That's the whole fucking reasoning. The suit themselves even reduces sex drive so that they can maintain being lethal weapons out in the field. That is legitimately lore-based things. And they have them boinking now.
Yeah, I did see this. And I was very shocked by it. Because it doesn't make sense. That show is no longer about Master Chief and Halo.
No.
No, it's not. And I think that's the biggest issue, because if you would have, I know we said this, I think every time we bring it up, if you would have done the exact same story just without calling him Master Chief, you could do whatever the fuck you want. But the fact that you go off and you're like, make them do all this stuff that isn't Master Chief is stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give us Spartan 3s if you want to do this shit. If you want to have emotional like Spartans and stuff like that, if you want to have them boinking here and there, if you want them to take off the helmets regularly, if you want to have a bit more of a close bond to these characters, first off, you can do that with a Spartan 2 that's emotionless anyway. Video games already did it. If you want that, give us Spartan 3s. They don't have the emotionless thing. They don't have that. They're just like people given Spartan armor and sent off to do crazy shit. They should just give us that. That would be so much cooler. That's what they did in Halo Reach, and it's one of the most emotional video games fucking ever. And it's not. For me, it is. It's really emotional because you get bond to those characters. But don't give us a character that we've known for fucking years. For over a decade. Over 2. And then have him boink without a helmet on.
At least do it with the helmet on.
At least keep the helmet on during sex.
No, but this tweet is brilliant. It's like, the Halo show is terrible. Paramount spent $10 million per episode for Cortana to watch Master Chief have sex with a Covenant spy. Cortana watched?
Rewind for a second. A what spy?
A Covenant. Covenant? Yeah, Covenant spy.
For the love of fuck, don't tell me he fucked an alien.
It looks like a person.
That's fine. Wait. Oh, God, now I have to look up the scene. Halo series.
What's worrying me more is that Cortana was watching.
Well, yeah,
why did they think that was needed?
Wait.
To add that in, to just be like, yes, make Cortana watch this happen.
Wait.
This is weird. This is weird.
Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. Why does he have like none of the armor on?
None. Well, Connor, he's boinking.
Oh yeah, I meant before, like, there's a scene where he has like just the underlayer on. I'm like, cool.
Oh yeah.
Why does he not have any of the fucking? Oh, God, he looks dumb.
It's stupid. This is stupid. They've really battered the show. What
I've just realized that I think they're doing is because the weapons that the Spartans use are huge. They're like pretty big, and you can see it when you give like the weapons to like some of the Marines in the games, that they're pretty hefty machines, because Spartans have to use them. They're like 7'2". Yeah, it looks like they I won the screenshots as a DMR, which is a big hefty weapon. Now when you give to Marines, they're pretty big and they're clunky, but in Spartans they look pretty normal sized. But I can see Master Chief holding one at the moment, and it looks big and clunky. So if you try giving that to a Marine, they're going to hit the ground and be pinned underneath a weapon. Also, that must mean they fire like 20mm rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the show is getting good ratings, but we did say that it was going to potentially do good because of people that have never really played the game or care about the game, because the show itself is probably good, it's decent, but if you care about Halo and Master Chief, it's not. You know,
it's probably the most abhorrent thing I'm ever going to have to lay eyes upon in just screenshot form.
As a standalone thing, it's probably not bad, but the fact that they drag Master Chief's name through the ground should be capital punishment. Yeah. But yeah, there you go. Master Chief doing the deed with a spy while Cortana watches.
Like, why? He doesn't have the helmet on. She's not in his eyes. Oh, yeah, actually, from the screenshot, she's like to the side. So I say she's like.
Yeah, but it's the thing that he had to like put her there and be like, turn her on and be like, watch this. You know, it's kind of weird.
She must be really jealous because she controls that.
True.
She controls the sex drive.
true. So I don't know, but it's weird.
Okay, I'm pretty sure those are my only two rants for the rest of this, unless you say something and it makes me angry.
No, I don't think I have anything that will get you angry. But you never know. But anyway,
I get angry at weird things, so I wouldn't.
we did get our what is it? I don't even know what Doctor Who they're on, but we got the new Doctor Who. I don't watch Doctor Who, never watched Doctor Who, don't really care about Doctor Who. But it is news, so we do gotta bring it up.
Okay, fair.
But now I'm gonna butcher his name, so bear with me. Nkuti Gatwa, the guy from Sex Ed.
Still don't know.
That's. But anyway, he's the new Doctor Who.
Cool.
But yeah,
Congratulations.
Yeah, good for him. It's the guy. What's his character's name in Sex Ed? He's your man's friend in Sex Ed.
Cool.
I can't remember.
Right.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen it.
Well, look him up, boy.
I don't have to look up
You
your
know by
man.
looking
Oh, okay. I still won't.
Just look
What's
up.
his new Doctor Who? Because I'm not gonna
Exactly.
bother getting you to try and.
Yeah, you try and say his name.
Oh, now I see why you added the N at the beginning. I was like, you started with N and then said Cutty. I was like, that.
Yeah.
There's no N at the beginning of that.
I think it's Nkuti. I could be very wrong.
Nkuti Gatwa.
Nkuti Gatwa, yeah, that's.
Yeah,
We
look.
could be butchering that. But yeah, he's the new Doctor Who for Doctor Who fans out there. Don't really care about Doctor Who. Never really understood Doctor Who. So, but yeah, that's it. On to the next.
Great.
Another casting one. For something that I'm very excited for.
Oh.
It's the new Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson show.
Got there.
I got there in the end. We got Jackson. Jackson.
That was on I miss his show. Sorry.
So yeah, we got the new cast for the show. I don't know any of the kids, but yeah, I'm excited for this. I am. I've always been a big Percy fan. I loved all the movies. Yeah, I avoided saying the second one there. I loved all the movies, all three of them, even though they're not great films, but I enjoyed them.
Who cares?
And I read like 2 or 3 of the books.
Sorry, I like how you said even though they're not great movies, I still enjoy them. My response to that was, who cares? Like I didn't go on a 10-minute rant about it.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, the sad thing is Alexander Dario not coming back.
Because they're younger kids in it. She could hardly just be the only one there.
Yeah, bring her back.
Swoon us again.
Yeah, no, but yes, but I do think this could work better as a TV show.
Oh yeah.
Because the movies did feel a bit rushed.
Yeah, like how long did they spend in like Vegas?
Yeah, it's very quick.
Which is, it's ironic that that's the one that feels rushed because the whole aspect of that is that time has passed at an incredible amount because you go there, you don't feel it passing. It's funny that that's the one that feels rushed, but that still feels so rushed. Like they're literally there, eat a lotus and be like, whoa, get in the car and go.
Yeah,
wow,
exactly,
I remember a lot of that movie.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much you remember it. But the whole thing is they have to go collect 3 things, and then so quickly realize that they need 4. But anyway, they need to get these 3 things, and it's a very elaborate way you have to get these things. But in the film, they get all 3 very, very quickly. Within an hour, they have them, and then the rest of the movie occurs. So with doing it with a TV show, it could probably be better.
Yeah.
Better fleshed out and stuff. So hopefully it'll be good. it's a Disney show, so you never know.
Mm.
And they still haven't, started recording or anything. So they just casted these kids. So, and it's kind of sad because, like, there's a lot of racist people out there, and they're already giving out stink about them being casted, and I'm just like, why? Like, just shut up. But anyway,
Mm.
there's always gonna be people like that, unfortunately.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so I'm excited for it. I will watch this religiously. So, uh, but yeah, that's that TV show news. Unless you have anything to say about the old Percy Jackson Lightning Thief.
No, I do have a piece of news though in TV. If we're done with this one,
Yeah, go ahead.
right? We have in the TV series in the entire industry, like keeping things PC and non-offensive things, and like there's a lot of censorship that goes around nowadays of what can be said or what can't be said. So in doing so, a lot of older TV shows trying to remake them was probably out of the question because there's a lot of like mean jokes that would be in shows back then that you couldn't really do nowadays. One of the main shows that comes to mind that when I think the phrase "you will not ever be able to do this show again" because you will annoy everyone because there's body shaming in it, there's like anti-feminist things in it constantly because it's an old show, but I will admit fucking hilarious. But this is called Married with Children. It's very funny but very offensive. And like you will go through and be like, oh, you can't say that nowadays. And it's now in talk about coming back with an animated reboot.
Animated?
Yeah, so not only are you not going to be able to have obviously the offensive jokes that are going to be in there because, oh my god, the backlash that some of these things will get nowadays is ridiculous. One of the main guy's things is that he comes out and gives out to heavy women, like that they can't fit in shoes, and literally just causes like really creative insults to their face. It's really hilarious, but like will not be able to be done nowadays because obvious reasons. And there's so many other things in it as well. You're just like, oh god, yeah, you can't do that nowadays. It's so bad. And now it's coming back as it's not at the moment because I very much doubt they're going to get the entire original cast because I know two of them. No, it's not even two of them. A lot of people didn't get along with one particular cast member.
Okay. Who?
So it's not going to be the entire original cast. But there's no way they're going to be able to make this show come back.
No, especially if like it'll have to be toned down
immensely.
Unless they don't care and they just do it anyway.
I don't actually know who is doing it. It doesn't say like Amazon are doing it or anything else. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, oh my fucking god. Okay, here we are, right? This is the description of it. The Bundy family consists of husband and wife, Al, who's played by Ed O'Neill, Peggy Bundy, who's played by Katie Seagal, and two children, Kaylee. Oh, Christina Applegate. Kelly is played by her, didn't know that, and Bud. Here's the descriptions, right? Al is a misogynist shoe seller who can't stop trying to relive his glory days as a football star. How stereotypically old-fashioned is that? And then it's meanwhile his wife Peggy is a lazy housewife who complains about money while refusing to get a job, who frequently mocks Al. My god. Right?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Kelly is greatly lacking in intellect and Bud is a bratty smart aleck. So holy shit.
Oh boy, already. That's just two characters.
It's three actually. It's four. It's the entire family. But like, you cannot make a misogynist shoe seller nowadays, and you cannot have the stereotypical lazy housewife that complains about money because they will be like, for obvious reasons. So like,
Oh boy, this is not gonna go into it.
No, it isn't. I still can't see who's trying to make it.
It's Sony.
Ooh.
Sony.
Oh no. Bear in mind
Yeah.
everything I just said there, right? No, it's a new thing. Bear in mind everything, the characters I just described. And
boy.
and now it's this. The series is written by Alex Carter, executive producer of Family Guy.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh, it's come back even worse.
Oh, it's gonna. Never mind.
It's gonna come back bad because Family Guy to this day still does not hold any punches. To this day, does not hold punches. So this show is gonna come out swinging. Oh boy. Damn. It's not gonna end well.
No, it's not. There's no way in hell. There was even. This is funny. The show spurted a possible spin-off series, which was supposed to be about an anti-feminist organization founded by Al himself called No Ma'am, which is an acronym for National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood. Which was considered a very bad idea for obvious reasons. But that's a brilliant fucking acronym. Amazonian Masterhood.
Oh god. Yeah, this is not gonna end well. There's gonna be a lot of backlash if this goes through.
Oh, so much.
So much. So much. So much. Yeah, God. But anyway, what can we do but sit back and watch the disaster unfold?
Oh, I know. The original show is hilarious, and if you're not like offended easily and you don't really care about the stuff, absolutely go watch it. It's so fucking funny. Even if it's the best of moments, though, you can find the actual show anywhere. Oh my god, I've buckled over laughter. But this is not going to happen.
No, it surely can't. Surely can't. Anyway.
Yeah, no.
The last one I have, and it's a little segue to games, is a game being made into a TV show.
I've already ranted about this.
Yay! So the Alan Wake TV show has found its network.
Okay.
So this was announced in 2018, but no one was picking it up, and it only got picked up recently in the last day or two by, I believe, AMC.
Alright, that's not too bad.
Yeah, AMC, so the network behind Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So we're getting a TV show based off the game. I don't know much about Alan Wake, the game, so I'm not sure if this could work or not.
Okay.
Can you enlighten me?
I can do a little bit more. I haven't actually played Alan Wake, but I know it's like kind of more like supernatural. Now it's sci-fi supernatural type of thing. It all kind of resolves around a town that's being plagued by like dark spirits or some shit like that. But if it's focusing entirely, see, I can't. I don't. If Alan Wake is what I think it is, and it's him discovering this like foundation that is experimenting with these things, then these like anomalous entities and shit like that, and that's what the show is actually going to entail. Because the Alan Wake series, do you know Control, the other game that was pretty big and did pretty well?
Yeah.
You'll know, yeah, that Control is in the same universe as Alan Wake, because you can see a bunch of Easter eggs that link him, and there's like a file on him and stuff like that, and there's people following him. So if we're going that kind of deep into it, if we're going like pretty much the SCP Foundation, that's easier to actually make into a TV series, and it's going into him discovering this big foundation and him dealing with a bunch of anomalous situations and shit like that. Yeah, I'd be alright with it. This is one of the few video games I'd be like, okay, it's nice and story driven. but not as story driven as say Life is Strange. So you could definitely do something, and there's a lot of mystery in its like extended lore that you could definitely build upon.
Yeah, it could work if it's like that then.
Yeah, if it focuses more than just the game, which it obviously should. If the Uncharted movie is anything to go by, yeah, it was good, but it wasn't fantastic, and it's not really being spurred on for anything more. Um, if they focus more than just what the game entails and like what the game describes in the outside world, and it focuses more on that stuff, I could see it being
Yeah.
actually a pretty good show.
Okay. Okay.
Again, it's story driven, but
Yeah.
not like decision based, like in not Elder Scrolls. Sorry, all I can think of is Elder Scrolls lately. Um, Life is Strange. So, I have hope. But last time I did, when was the last time I had hope, Rod?
We'll move on because we could be here.
Yeah, yeah, we are.
No, I no, I think that it helps. I think the fact that it has only been one game. You know, there hasn't.
Mm.
It's not necessarily a franchise of 4 or 5 games. It was one game and it came out almost 12 years ago.
Mm.
Exactly 12 years ago, actually, to the day.
Oh.
So, I think it doesn't necessarily have the pressure of another like Halo does, where it's like it's still recent, it's still new, it's still like here, massive, whatever, that you have to worry about the gaming side of it.
Mm.
I think that could help. But I don't know. The track history of games into TV shows or games into movies isn't great. So
No.
you know, it rarely goes well. Rarely. So it's hard. It's a hard one.
Yeah.
But AMC does do supernatural stuff well. So
It does.
maybe
AMC are
because
like. Yeah, you said Well, you said that, and Breaking Bad was your first thing.
well, I mean, greatest show of all time, but but like even like The Walking Dead, okay, like it might be probably well overdone by now, but like the first few seasons was fantastic, and even even still with the CGI they use for the zombies and the makeup and stuff, it is still great. Although the story might be lacking, the zombie side of it is still great. So
yeah, they make good looking shows. In fairness.
They do. I'm trying to see what shows they make, and I can't find it. So we're just gonna have to move on here.
Sure.
But yeah, I have no problem with the Alan Wake TV show. I might watch it.
If it's gonna be like that, if it's definitely gonna link into future like extended shit like that, I'll definitely give this a go. I've been crying out for an SCP-esque Foundation thing to be made.
Yeah, this might be it.
Hopefully.
But yeah, games.
Yes, we should actually have plenty to talk about.
Yeah, I have 2 things.
I have a feeling I know what one of them's going to be.
Yes, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, a particular disappointment in your life.
Yeah, so we'll get rid of the disappointment out of the way. So, oh shit, my internet's gone. Anyway, Gotham Knights. Thank God I remembered.
Yeah, like I remember. I'm looking at it. Don't worry.
Gotham Knights. They released some gameplay for each character, and it doesn't look great. It doesn't look good. Which hurts me to say because I was really excited for this. Although, there was still the whole well, it mightn't be good or whatever. I was still holding out hope that it might have been good. But that combat style and fighting style is not good. It doesn't look good. It looks clunky. It looks weird. It just looks out of place. Compare that to the Arkham series, which has some of the best hand-to-hand combat in games, is You can't compare the two. They're uncomparable. Like it's honestly nearly shocking. You know. I don't know. I don't know what happened. You know, how it got that bad.
Oh God. Yeah.
I don't know. It hurts. But
Yeah.
like even like
Yeah.
like Nightwing, like he does like to glide. He basically has like a Fortnite glider. Like Robin teleports somehow.
What?
I don't know. It's weird. He like teleport. I don't know if it's him or Red Hood can teleport. And I can't remember how Batgirl and one of the other two gets around, but it's weird. It really is very strange. Which is disappointing because you do have like the Court of Owls, which is amazing, which is so awesome, and now you can't even enjoy it because the gameplay is shit. But yeah, I am disappointed. Maybe if they change it up a little bit, I might still get it, but as of right now, I am definitely not getting it.
Yeah, no.
Definitely.
I don't think I was going to get it anyway. So I had a feeling, said to you yesterday, I had a feeling it was going to go a bit more hack and slash. And it was going to go a bit more as like whapping over everything. So.
Yeah, I'm not surprised they did, in fairness. Which is kind of disappointing because it is like technically a continuation from Arkham Knight. What's the last one?
Arkham Knight, yeah.
Arkham Knight, yeah. Because technically, like, you know, it continues on from that. So I'm surprised they changed the fighting style so much. But I don't know.
I guess it was more so to accompany the 4-player co-op that's going to be involved in it.
Probably, yeah, because the other one is obviously a single player and it's very based on like combos and combos and like counters and stuff, which might be a little more difficult to do with, you know, 4 players. But yeah, that's the disappointing news.
I have a very perplexing piece of news that I have no fucking clue what I'm reading.
Okay, what's that?
So Blizzard, Activision, which is a company that is really, oh God, they just need to take a step back and be like, is this an okay thing? Does this come across as being a bit weird if we do? So Blizzard obviously have very diverse games with a lot of like characters with, again, a lot of diversity, which is, you know, great. We love to see it.
Yeah.
And we're always excited to see what they can do to showing different cultures and different characters. And it's grand. Like, they've done a great job, I feel, up to it now. Literally, like, we've gotten back into Overwatch recently, and we're constantly like saying, oh, this character, and like we always make reference to how it's just so like just culturally diverse. It's great to see. Yeah. Apparently, they're trying to solve more diversity problems with maths.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now, and I'm very confused.
I'm very confused as well, because they created a tool. From what I've read going through this, they've created a tool that pretty much like takes the features and cultural identities and like the gender and any physical disabilities, anything like that, and then creates a fucking spreadsheet of it. And this is what they've decided to be like, try and fix diversity rather than just, I don't know, using your fucking brain.
I'm reading this and it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't really make sense to me either. Firstly, I don't know why you need to create an entire software to tell you. This is taking like box ticking to a whole new level. Like, we criticize Netflix constantly for like them being like, okay, is there a Latino character? Yes. Is there an Asian character? Yes. Is there a white character? Yes. Is there a black character? Yes. Is there a character with disability? Yes. Is there a homosexual character? Yes. Like, we don't, you know, it's very obvious when you're trying to do something. And we accepted it a lot in Overwatch, I feel, of them being able to do this, just because it was really cool to see how diverse and creative they can make them. And you can do just a good enough job without creating an entire thing to reduce cultural diversity of characters to numbers.
Yeah, that's the weird part, that you can just really like get it down to just numbers. It's weird. It like I don't know how how does that work?
Why is it needed?
Like it says, we use the tool to figure out what more diversity looks like across all of our characters in both campaign multiplayer and live sessions.
Just use a spreadsheet. Say, have we made a character from here? No? Okay. We have our next character. Okay. Let's see, cultural characteristics, blah, 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 blah. Add all that in. That's grand. Okay, what else can we do? Age. We have a few people this age. I understand. You're going to have overlapping ages, you're going to have things, but you don't need to have such diverse... Like, you can have two characters the same age. One of the fucking things that it calculates is, like... Wait a minute, this thing has fucking Anna as slightly aged? She's old.
Old is rude, Connor.
Hang on the fuck.
Slightly aged is the politically correct term.
Oh, you can fuck right off if I can't call people old. So it's okay.
She's 60.
In war,
yeah,
that's a slightly aged. If you're 60 years old and going out to war, in the overall age range of your comrades, you're at the very fucking top. There's no 80-year-old walking around with an M16 going to war nowadays. There's barely 60-year-olds. You're old in that regard.
Yeah. And I don't get it. I feel like Overwatch is quite diverse.
Oh, it's ridiculously so, yeah.
All the characters would, we have characters from all races and countries and everything. It's not just like they're all English and then you have one guy. They're all very different. You got Americans, you got Germans, you got everything.
Literally
everything. I forgot other ones.
To pick a country, you probably landed. Yep.
Japanese, Chinese.
Yep.
You got more So,
is there a Korean character? I'm sure there is.
Diva, I believe.
Oh yeah, my Thai Korean. Yeah, she's Korean.
So you got loads of characters. So, you want to be more diverse. Cool, great, that's fantastic. But how can you break that down to numbers? That's why I'm most confused about this. Not necessarily that they're trying to be more diverse. That's always awesome to include everyone. But numbers, that's weird. How do you get that to numbers?
Yeah, it's. I think that's what people are being I think that's what's so confusing about it. Okay, she's a woman, so it's a 5. She's 60, so that's a 7. But Egyptian also gets a 7, and being Arab also gets a 7. What does that mean? What does 7 mean? And why if woman is 5, so that's is that common? Is that uncommon? Why is middle class 0? And why is heterosexual 0? I would if being a woman is 5, because there's a lot if we're looking at it from distribution of these things, then being a woman is 5 because there's a high distribution of it. Wouldn't being heterosexual also be a 5? Why is that a 0?
Oh no! What I would assume that means is a 0 means it's 0% diverse.
Okay.
It's most people would be heterosexual, so it's that's not diverse at all.
Then why is a woman in the mid-ranged things, and then why is being one-eyed a 4?
Yeah, one-eyed should be a 11
9. Yeah, it should be ridiculous. Even Egyptian should be higher, and if we're going by the game, Egyptian should be way higher. There's only one Egyptian and it's her. No, there's two. Farah.
I don't understand the math.
I don't understand the number system.
I don't understand this.
Also, sure,
I don't.
Middle class. Yeah, middle class would be quite low. But if we're looking by the overall literal standards of the entire world, middle class isn't the most diverse. Isn't the most popular social standing in the world. There's a lot more people living in poverty. So why is that 0?
Yeah, I don't know.
This is so.
Someone needs to come in here and explain the numbers.
Yeah,
we don't get it.
I don't get this at all.
Yeah, I don't get it either. That is strange that you're trying to like do maths to like make it more diverse.
Just think about it. That's all you gotta do. You're paid to think.
Just think. Exactly. Yeah, just think.
You have a creative team for a fucking reason.
Exactly, but yeah. We did get a new. We got the name for a game that we are both very excited for.
Huh?
The Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order sequel.
Oh.
We got the name for it. Some people really like it. I'm not sure how. I think it's pretty cool.
Lay it on me.
Doesn't roll off the tongue very good. It's called Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Okay, yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
It's cool. It just doesn't roll off the tongue as Fallen Order did.
Yeah, though.
Because it was like Star Wars Jedi ... Fallen Order, and this is the same. It's Star Wars Jedi ... Survivor. So it's gonna be like you could just call Fallen Order. You can't really call this one Survivor because you'd be like, oh, you're watching the show Survivor.
Yeah, I was literally also thinking you're watching the show Survivor. That's hilarious. I no, what's going through my mind actually is funny because there's the whole thing of like all the Star Wars movies are incorrectly named. Like the Rise of Skywalker should realistically be like, the Rise of Skywalker should be called like the Revenge of the Sith, and the Revenge of the Sith should be called the Attack of the Clones type of thing. This is coming to mind as well, where like in Fallen Order, you're literally talking about a man who survived Order 66 and got away and is doing all this. I would have said Fallen Order should be called Survivor if this is what we're doing, and if the next game is developing up like building a Jedi temple and a Jedi Order, then that should be called Fallen Order because you're building it from the Fallen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Star Wars have a way of naming their stuff wrong.
They did too. In fairness, it's really funny because if I really could, I would refer to all the Star Wars movies as what they should realistically be. Like I would refer to Revenge of the Sith as Attack of the Clones because like that makes so much more fucking sense.
It does, and like the Phantom Menace should be
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
It makes so much more sense.
It does. It makes so much more sense.
And Empire Strikes Back should be Revenge of the Sith because is it? Wait, is that one?
No, I think A New Hope should be Force Awakens. I think, or so. I can't remember.
Yeah, because
it's something like that.
It's really interesting to see it though. It's like you read it, you watch it, and you go, "Fuck, it's completely correct."
Yeah. It's really strange how they all make sense in another way. Here we go. So the episode 1 should be Rise of Skywalker, then Revenge of the Sith, then Attack of the Clones, Return of the Jedi, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, A New Hope, and then Phantom Menace is the last one.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
So much more sense. When you actually look through it and you're like, oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But yeah. I am very much looking forward to this game because Fallen Order was so good.
Oh, yeah. Excellent.
So good.
It's very close you're going to come to a Souls game without being paid for it.
So I hope that this one can live up to that or, be better or whatever. So far, name pretty good. So we're on the right track, I hope. Yeah, that's all the game news I have.
Pretty good and aptly misnamed.
Well, we don't know yet.
True.
We don't know the basis of the game.
True.
But yeah. So what else do you have?
I have a big delay, but it's a delay I'm happy about because of the reasoning.
Okay.
I'm quite
What's
happy
the
about it. Starfield, that's been delayed. It was supposed to come out towards the
Okay.
end of this year, but now it's coming out in 2023. Bethesda have come out and been like, we want to make sure it's, that and Redfall have both been delayed. And they literally just turned around and said, we want to continue. We want to continue to work to better meet expectations. I am. If you turn around and tell me that, I am perfectly okay. I love when you tell me that.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure the game is good, because it's not like this has been delayed for ages. It's not like this has been like released 10 years ago and we're still waiting for it. It's not anything like that. We've just been kind of told these games at a what the fuck are they called? Conventions and stuff like that. That
Yeah.
reveal parties and stuff. But like, if they can turn around and be like, we want to just make sure the game is polished and better, that's all we want. I'm like, thank you. You're taking like a lot of hints from anything that's been going on in the past, and to really hammer home that they have of course taken hints from what happened in the past, they've even turned around and said, we don't want it to be the next Cyberpunk. And I'm like, fucking too right. That is
It's also very savage.
very savage, but dead on what I'm exactly like. Okay, yes, especially for Starfield. Redfall can come out, it can be kind of broken. It's meant to be a co-op multiplayer shooter type of thing. That's fine.
Yeah.
That can always be a bit broken. There's always a bit of fun. There's always more fun when a game like that is a little bit fucked, because you're like, there's a bit of glitches and there's always something funny that happens when you're playing with friends. It might be annoying for playing on your own, but realistically you shouldn't be playing a multiplayer game alone. But anyway, I say that playing Elder Scrolls Online on my own. But Starfield is definitely a game that needs to be the most polished, especially since they're using a new engine. It's going to be such a big game, and they've talked up just how big it is. Like,
Yeah. So they need to make sure it's right.
they need to make sure it's right. And since they're basing it on quality and just consistency of just being good, utterly, yeah. I know you're going to, like, the other thing that comes to mind is Elder Scrolls 6, but because of the big engine change, I'm more than willing to speculate that they're kind of doing a lot of changes with, like, I definitely think when Starfield gets released and we see the new engine, I really hope we're going to be very impressed, because that's going to spurt up all their excitement for Elder Scrolls 6 whenever it decides to come out. But
Eventually.
the fact that they're okay with turning around to us and just being like, look, we need to just make sure everything is okay, and we're going to make it polished, and we don't want it to fall like it did before. We're going to make sure everything is good and it works. I'm like, fuck yes, please do that. No matter what game it is, as soon as you turn around and tell me straight out, we're going to do it just to make sure it's okay, I'm like, don't do it 4 times. My limit is probably 2 times. If you do it any more than 2 times, then you're like, you need to take a little look, for the love of God. But
Yeah.
if it's
I
like,
always thought. Yeah.
no,
I always thought that releasing Starfield this year was very quick. I was worried that it might have been like rushed to get it out. So like, hearing that they're willing to delay it to make sure it's correct is always fresh, like a fresh
a breath of fresh
I
air.
don't know what the word is. Breath of fresh air, yeah. With a company, rather than just being like, oh yeah, we just delayed it because we're slow,
Yeah.
or whatever. At least they're like, look, we just want to make sure it's right and we don't mess it up, especially because you're so excited for it and all this, and we want to make it worth it. So it is nice when a company is straight up and isn't BSing.
Yep. Like, what's that? Oh, company transparency is brilliant, especially in the video game place, because we know what's going on. In TV, movies, and video game, which is what we deal with, transparency with big companies has always been a very refreshing thing to come about, because then you have like Activision, which we literally talked about today being confusing about how they make games. But
Yeah.
they literally turn around and they say there's going to be fixes, and then fixes don't come, or they say there's going to be balances, and balances are the wrong things that we think they're going to be. Then there's going to be like new changes to the game, and then it's all kind of shit, and we're always really kind of confused about what the hell's going to happen. So without transparency, you kind of just get distrust, and if you can't trust the people who are giving you the games that you enjoy, you're not going to buy from them. So the fact that they're turning around and being like, we want to make sure the game is set, we want to make sure that it's polished, we want to make sure that when it comes out, you're going to enjoy it, then I am more than willing to like give even more patience for a game that I'm very excited for.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's always good.
Oh yeah.
Always good. So I don't mind this delay. I don't mind this.
No, I'm okay with this delay. And even again, Redfall, that's fine. I know, like we'll definitely give it a go because it'll be day one, free on Game Pass, and we'll play it. And we'll probably have a bit of fun. It'll be grand, but I doubt we'll give too much. Excuse me. Emphasis into the game.
Was that also delayed to next year?
Yeah, that's also late next year.
Okay. That's okay.
Oh yeah, no, it is okay. But I'm happy enough that like now a lot of these games are probably going to come out relatively closer to each other because we had Stalker 2 delayed to the end of the year.
Yeah.
So if these
so
games,
we'll have time to play that one at least.
Yeah, and even if we'll have time to play that, but we'll also have like that'll come out, and we'll play that for a significant period of time, and then the other one, and then this big game will come out, and then as it keeps going. So while 2022 is seeing a good few big delays, and there's not a whole lot of things coming for just Xbox at the moment. Hopefully we'll see something come about it.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, I think that's it for this week, is it?
One moment, I did have one other small thing, but I don't think it's, I think fantastic.
I would like to say that I've been eating a 99 for the past 20 minutes.
What the fuck? I'm not annoyed that you're eating. That's fine, I respect that. But where'd you get a 99 from? You're in a house.
The ice cream man came.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I've been nibbling on the cone because the cone's very loud.
Yeah. I can hear it now.
So, yeah, you can hear it now. You didn't know for 20 minutes, so that's pretty good.
No. They probably did, but I don't. If I go back and edit this, I'd hear you slurping on fucking ice cream, I swear to God.
But if you didn't hear me, people won't hear about it till they rewatch it.
It's two different mics. You need to remember this. I'm hearing through one type, they're listening to a studio microphone.
True. But yeah. Yeah,
we're done.
We'll end on some 99 news.
20 minutes? That's a long time for an ice cream eat.
I know, but I was trying to prolong it so it wouldn't melt inside the cone.
And I just be like, oh wait, I got ice cream. Give me a minute. Brain freeze it up.
What? Okay. That's it for us. Thanks for listening. And yeah, just follow us on Instagram where we post movie reviews, and go to our YouTube channel where we have Let's Plays. We just posted another Let's Play there for Detroit Become Human. And yeah, that's it. And bye bye.
Bye bye.